Fluid acrylics can make a really powerful addition to your acrylic set. And I learned this after having a conversation with Rachel Christopoulos, who's a Blick featured artist. Now she uses these fluid acrylics. These are actually the Daler-Rowney System 3 fluids, and they become really powerful tools, especially when you're considering the variety of marks that you can make. The first thing I wanted to explore was the transparent potential of these fluid acrylics. So rather than thinning the acrylic with water, these naturally fluid acrylics should move nicely across the surface. And what I'm excited to test out are the layering possibilities of color with these. So I'm just going to squirt these directly on the canvas and see what happens. This is a Blick Premier canvas that I've kind of lightly sanded down, so it's got some tooth, but it should accept the material pretty well. I'm a little bit nervous here, but I've got my palette knife here, and I'm just going to do what she did, which was just kind of scrape it down. And it moves, it moves beautifully across the surface. And look at that, like just that kind of small amount relatively kind of moves nicely. And I'm actually going to move over to the yellow. And again, beautiful vibrant color. It moves really nicely around the surface. And I really feel the difference between this fluid acrylic and then again paint that's just been thinned by water, which kind of loses some of its vibrancy. But these are nice and intense. So I'm going to let this dry, and I want to see what the blue looks like on top of both the red and the yellow. All right, the layers are dry, so let's try the blue on top of the red and the yellow. And it makes for these really beautiful layers of color. So the final thing that I want to test now is using the fluid acrylic as a way to thin some of the paints. And actually, I'm going to use the black here and have that ready to go. I'm going to paint with this regular acrylic, and this is already pretty fluid, but you can see quite a difference. It's leaving some of these dry brush marks. And now, if I wanted to cover that large area with water, I could do that, but let's see what happens if I mix it together with the fluid acrylics. And now this way we're keeping the pigment strength pretty high, but also making it more fluid. And you can see it's actually covering much better now with less of that dry brush effect happening over here. And you can see as we go over the yellow, look how opaque that is. And that is something that's really exciting. And I'm not sure if I would have gotten that by thinning the paint with water or extending it with a medium. So these Daler-Rowney System 3 fluid acrylics really are a great addition to an acrylic painting set. You can learn more and pick up a set at dickblick.com. Be sure to like and subscribe the video and let us know what you think about working with fluid acrylics.